Greetings and salutations. Welcome to another episode of 365 Days of Gaming. Really appreciate you taking our time to check out this video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. You already know, so thank you in advance. Now we're going back to some more sporty ball, right? But I like the over-the-top versions of sports games when it comes to video games because we're just not going to get an accurate representation of those games, at least how they currently are made, right? But that's neither here nor there. I am talking about a arcade basketball game for the Super Nintendo. And no, I'm not talking about NBA Jam, right? I'm talking about the lesser known version, but I thought was equally as good, if not better, College Slam for the Super Nintendo. Now, one of the things that I have to give a heads up on as to why I like this game just as much, if not better than NBA Jam, is because this game takes the chaos and it turns it up even further. Okay, there were certain things about NBA Jam that were chaotic and I loved it, right? You know, just the over-the-top action, the way they move, things like that. Great. All right, but let's turn it up even more, okay? Let's put random power-ups on the court that dramatically change the game. Some to the point where you can be a human tornado, right? And just temporarily, everything you do, you're just a tornado. So if anybody touches you, they get knocked down. You're swirling around with the ball. They can't take it from you. And then you jump in the air for a super dunk. Like, come on. Why wouldn't we want to do that, right? Or hotspots showing randomly, right? That can turn, 4 points, 5 points. How about 9 points? These are things that sometimes we forget that people who aren't necessarily the most enthusiastic about sports may enjoy, because these games aren't going to be simulation basketball anyway. So why not embrace the insanity and turn it up a notch? This is what College Slam does, okay? They even have a power-up, which I always thought was amazingly cheap, but, glad when I got it. If you get the Z, the zap, the lightning bolt, it literally zaps the other person's goal away for a little bit of time, and they can't score points. So even if they have the ball, it doesn't matter. You're going to get it from them eventually, right? It's only a matter of time. And then also they had this thing that the NBA Jam games didn't have, where you could edit the stats. Now, when you hear edit the stats, if you're like me, you get immediately suspicious because you've probably had someone play you and you turned out that they were editing stats in a way that did not make it fair for either one of you, whoever's playing against them, basically. That's not what I'm talking about. College Slam had a very, very good system on how to make sure it's fair. So you can only put up points to a certain degree. So no matter what, you're going to have, even if everybody edits their favorite team's stats, nobody's going to be unstoppable because there are limits to how many points you can put in per player. So I always thought that was just a very small detail, but very ahead of its time concept of like giving you the ability to customize, but within reason, right? Just limit the number of points. And that kind of brings it down a notch so that everybody is still on equal playing fields, but also like my guys will hit shots because that's what I want them to do, right? But I mean, the game is pretty much just like NBA Jam. I mean, same types of dunks, same animations. Now you don't get the bonus of having like Raiden or Bill Clinton or Air Dog or George Clinton or Scorpion or whoever. You don't get those, right? But you do get all of, well, I won't say all, but a whole heap of a lot of college teams. So especially if you are into, college more so than the pros or just equally as much, you'll be able to find a school that you like. I'm a Michigan person, so I have to play with Michigan. And I had to beat Ohio State because if I'm going to play Michigan, then I'm going to beat Ohio State because either that or Michigan State. I don't have too many other options. I have to beat certain teams to make it right. But, always just a fun time. And I used to use this game as a way to get my friends who were not necessarily sports people because, gamers are varying interests and hobbies outside of gaming and not everybody likes sports. But when I would show them what they could do in this game, then they would be like, well, maybe I can give it a shot. And like, I figured you might enjoy it. It doesn't have to be serious. You don't have to know who everybody is in order to play this game and enjoy it. You just have to know the basic controllers of run, pass, shoot, and also if you see a power up, pick it up, especially if it's a Z, because that means you get the zap and they don't have a goal. But if you've played any of these type of games, you know what I'm talking about: the NBA Jams, NBA Hang Times, NBA Showtime on NBC. These are all pre-NBA Street, over the top basketball games, and I personally have enjoyed almost every single one of them. I almost enjoyed NBA Jam 2000, but that's not gonna cut it. So if you have played any of these games, but specifically, sorry about that, College Slam, what are your thoughts on that particular game? You know, who was your favorite team? And you should say Michigan, but if you don't, I'd like to hear you anyway. Appreciate you checking out the video. Y'all have fun. Y'all be safe. Peace.